sets, okay? And in particular, you also load the disc. So, that's okay, just leave it there. So having done all that, now we look at your MRI and make, we can make sense of it. Why? Because look, you're lying down in the MRI, you're not doing anything for me, okay? So here's the thing. With regard to your back, MRI is a large magnet, measures the water in your body. By the differences of water concentration, the computer creates contrast. Let's make water white, let's make the water black. Okay? So this is an image. It's not a photograph, it's like a weather map of Tahoe. I'm not in Tahoe, I don't know what it's like. But if it's raining on my map, I can presume it's wet in Tahoe. Okay? So here's the blocks of bone. Here's those levels. The disc, this is a good looking one. You'll notice just about
those
every...
are a little smaller, I think.
Yeah, you'll notice every level is, showing degenerative changes. Here these are getting dark and narrowed. And this is that one level over the years that, like a glacier, has ground itself down. Okay? You've lost the disc height. You're quite degenerative. But this may be to your benefit, because this is nature having stabilized the segments. Okay?
It's solid. Yeah.
So it's hard for me to understand why you suddenly would have problems there until we look far to the side, and here's the nerves as they come out the windows. Okay? Well, there's no window left for that one nerve. And this is the nerve that goes down the leg and goes to the outside of the calf and the outside of the foot. Okay? Here's the thing, though. There's no room on the other side either. So why do we have problems on just one side only? Particularly if we're making an argument that this is mechanical instability. And, and this is the progression of symptoms, and that's why your legs hurt. Okay? So now we have to look at the level above. If you look at the level above, notice how this disc protrudes out. See how it kind of squishes out? Okay? And indeed, if you look like a motion picture, suddenly see this big thing honker out right there? That's a herniated disc. Okay? It's a herniated disc from the level above.
From above?
It's L4, L5. Okay, so that's a statement of mechanical causation. This level worn down perhaps has reached some degree of mechanical stability, accommodative to your current demand. And then what kind of given away is this herniated up there. Okay? And what's a herniated disc? It's where the central part of the disc extrudes. It's the jelly coming out of the donor. It's a sign of degeneration. Okay? It's not an event, it's a process. You wake up in the morning, your car doesn't work. Okay. Do you really think it broke that night? Of course not. Okay. It's up to a point of attrition. Okay. It's super, super important to go through an analysis like this, because we really have two separate issues here to us and to you. Back pain and leg pain. Okay? Back pain here represents you reaching the mechanical threshold of the stability that you had. Okay? It seems that this is stable and the mechanics is changing at the upper level. That's reflective of having the herniated disc. Okay? The leg pain is purely coming from the herniated disc. Even though this is super narrow like those other areas, I'm a little bit hard to understand why it's worse to the right and not at all to the left when both look like real crap.
Do you think because
you've reached equilibrium, and your nerves said, you know what, I'm okay with this little room. Why? Because it happens slowly over time. Whereas this herniated disc is a sudden boom, and your nerve says, whoa. Okay? This is a big deal with regard to how to approach it and now what we're trying to help. Look, regarding your leg pain, the natural history of a herniated disc is 8 out of 10 people spontaneously get better in 2 to 3 months. Your body doesn't like this material. It's very inflammatory. It tends to dissolve and resorb. Okay? So the prognosis for improvement is reasonable for sure. Okay? You're not in any danger. You are uncomfortable, but you're not in any danger. The purpose of the injections, the pain medicines, all the voodoo, is to buy you time, to let nature take its course, to dissolve this fragment away. Okay? 2 out of 10 people, look, it's too much of a mechanical instruction, it's not following the natural, typical history, and you don't do better. Okay? And those people require surgery. Okay? Now, with regard to surgery to remove a herniated fragment to improve your leg pain, look, it's really like taking a rock out of your shoe while you're wearing it. Okay? Technically. Let's make your shoe the canal, let's make your foot the nerve, let's make your herniated disc the rock.
Mhm.
I can take the rock out of your shoe while you're wearing it, no problem. What I can't do is fix your shoe for why the rock got in there. And that's the real issue here. Okay? Surgery itself as a procedure, you know, we've got to be careful of what it creates and where you're going. Now, I will tell you this. Surgery itself is not going to change the natural history mechanically of where your spine is going.
Mhm.
It's not a great sign to us that you're demonstrating evolving mechanical pathology at the next level.
Mhm.
The question in spine surgery is never where do you start. The question is where do you stop? Because where you stop is where you transfer the load. Two, we can't fix anything in surgery. I'm not being pessimistic. We can make things better,
Right.
but we can't fix anything because they don't have a replacement part.
Right.
Okay? So we're no better than nature.
Mhm.
And in understanding that, you need to understand nature's priorities. Nature's priorities are stability, room for the nerves, and alignment. And we know those are the priorities in that order. Because if alignment was so important, nature wouldn't let you slide. Nature wouldn't let you twist. If room for the nerves was so important, nature wouldn't form all this crud.
Mhm.
Nature cares about one thing only, stability. And it will sacrifice those other two things to achieve it.
Yeah.
We can reorder the priority. Our first priority is room for the nerves. Our second order of priority is stability. And our third order of priority is alignment. Okay? Room for the nerves to improve the leg pain, improve function, stability to preserve the room we've created,
Mhm.
and then alignment. The problem here is if we end up doing a surgery to do a herniated disc, we run the risk of destabilizing whatever
What's already Mother Nature created.
equilibrium you've reached at the lower level.
Mhm.
And then you kind of reach the argument of, okay, you know, if we're in this mess together, should we just do the full Monty and stabilize everything, etc.? You can see how this can really go down the route.
Yeah.
From experience, look, I've taken it both ways, okay? There's times you look at people, you look at structure, you look at circumstance, and you say, look, if the risk of surgery is doing it, not what you do, but surgery is just periodically stressful to the body, you should take care of everything while you're there. There's other times, depending on age and function of people, that you say, you know what, if we know that the future is going to carry you here, but you were doing so well to this point, why don't we just buy you the time that we need until we deal with things, etc. And I'm more inclined to think that for you. If I had to approach this, I would consider it primary just a discectomy to remove that fragment, to see if we can improve your leg pain, to allow you to maximize your function, work on your conditioning, and see where the rest of your back carries you. You know, if I have to predict who in this room is going to need spine surgery, it's going to be you. Because my back doesn't look like this, and I hope, you know, yours doesn't. But no matter how bad this looks, look at how well you were doing with it.
Right.
From age 13 until now, with this, you didn't even know it.
Right.
Okay. But my advice here is, look, this is an event in February. Here we are in March. We're getting down 6, 8 weeks. Okay. Honestly, I would purposely wait another easily 4 to 6 weeks just to see if you've given any sign of a threshold of cresting. And as the pain improves and perhaps the leg pain resolves, great. And then we're dealing with the issues of mechanic and back pain and perhaps a development of leg pain bilaterally because of stability issues. If your leg pain doesn't improve and you're coming in like this and you don't look comfortable, we could do that surgery. It is a same-day surgery, okay? It's a 2-hour surgery on our part. And it would help you with your leg pain, the part of which was coming from this herniated disc. But then that always just still leaves me with your back as it is. And if you ever do surgery, you want to do it in a way that you don't burn any future bridges. Okay, and then this kind of surgery would not. But that's the way I'd approach it. Okay, there's some real, you need some real analysis here, particularly an understanding of causation versus circumstance or coincidence.
Right.
So that's kind of it. My advice is we wait a little bit. I hope this helps you understand things. If you don't turn a corner in the next 4 weeks, maybe 6, I'm not going to torture you. I'll do whatever you ask. I probably would recommend a discectomy. Before I do the surgery, I get a CAT scan to see the bone structure. MRI doesn't show me the bone structure very well. It would give me a sense of your architecture and what I could change or not.
or not change.
Yeah, okay. But that's down the road. I don't wanna just get the CAT scan, it's worth, it's about 10 x-rays worth of radiation, there's no reason to get it unless you're
Right.
gonna do something like
Right.
that. Okay. Does that help you? Really understand it all?
Yeah, yeah. I just, yeah,
You wanna get better.
yeah. This is the most pain I've ever been in my life, and the most drugs I've ever taken in my life.
Correct.
And I'm not a big fan of either one. So,
Nobody is.
So I just, you know.
No, nobody is, but if we understood the principle that we can't do a fix here.
No,
You
and
know.
Doctor, you said the same thing, so I understand that.
Yeah, no, I'm sure they didn't explain it.
Yeah.
Right, not that depth, no.
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
no,
we
that
understand
was,
the mechanic of it all.
Yeah.
And look, the prognosis here is good, we can make you better,
Right,
it's just a question of who, is it gonna be nature or us?
right.
And then there's gonna be the secondary issue of, where's the rest of your back gonna carry you?
Right.
So, let's do this, let me set up a phone appointment with you
Sure.
in about 4 weeks, okay? I'll
Okay.
call you and I'll be very frank, I'll say, sir, how you doing?
Yeah.
Okay, and
Yeah.
you're gonna tell me, I feel better,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna ask how much, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter to me, okay? I feel better, I'm getting on with it, or you're gonna say, no, this sucks, I'm feeling really bad. Or you're gonna say, no, I'm no better, but I'm also, no worse, and then we balance things out.
So what do I do between now and then?
You remain as active as you can, you take the medicines as needed, because you understand all we're doing is buying you time to see where this goes. I wouldn't advocate an injection again, it's just not
Okay.
gonna do anything.
Again, just so you know where I'm coming from, I am not a fan of any of this stuff. Injections, surgery, anything.
No, it is.
It's just not,
These are tools that you
So,
employ.
right,
You employ them with regard
As
to what's
needed.
evident.
Yeah.
You don't misuse,
So-
don't misuse a tool.
right,
That's why I'm not offering you surgery right now.
yeah.
No, I'm not. You haven't demonstrated to me that you have exhausted
All the
your
other
reserve
options.
capacity.
Got it.
I just
Understand.
really want to educate you on it.
Yeah.
For the very reason of this, you're gonna get impatient. This hurts.
Me?
oh,
You know,
he is
this
the,
hurts and I don't want it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, big
I've
deal.
never seen
You
him
got
sit
it.
still.
Yeah, so, but that's the thing though. You cannot work your way out of this, okay? You cannot rehab your way out of this. You cannot accelerate your native biology,
Okay.
okay? Jerry Rice tried it 3 weeks after an ACL.
Yeah.
He's superhuman. Really? Great. He's just
Wrong.
wrong.
Yeah.
He heals like everybody else. So he
Right.
will, okay? So, but what we can do is keep yourself physically and aerobically fit so you don't decompensate the other systems.
Right.
Okay, so walk as much as you can, hot tubs, swimming pool, things like that, and take your medicine or not. You're not in danger, but you're hurt. Okay. Can I answer anything else for you?
So the medicine that he does take, is there a preferable medication?
They're
Because
all,
it
it doesn't,
doesn't matter, just
yeah,
whatever.
they're all kind of the same, they're all narcotic based, they all change brain function. Okay, Percocet, Norco, Tylenol, codeine, Vicodin, all of them. A good anti-inflammatory actually works at the place of irritation. Okay, Naproxen, Motrin, Advil. There's a reason they call the other medicines dope. They change the way you think about pain. They're actually not affecting the source of pain.
Right.
So an anti-inflammatory coupled with a good analgesic or narcotic is to your benefit.
Okay.
Okay,
And
that's
then just
all.
keep moving and stretching as best I can.
Yeah, and don't stretch as if it'll be curative. Just
Understand.
stretch to
Yeah.
just keep yourself from getting stuck.
Yeah. And then what was the 4 weeks from now we're gonna talk, and then what was the surgery thing you said? The-
Depends on what you say to me
At
4
that
weeks from now, and depends on what I see about the CAT scan.
Okay.
What I'm leaning towards is just a simple decompression
Okay.
to remove this fragment that's irritating your nerve so that your right leg pain improves.
Okay.
And then I'll deal with your back pain as it evolves in the future. The natural history of a herniated disc, regardless of what you do, is back pain.
Yeah.
Because the disc is wearing out.
Yeah.
Okay, surgery, no surgery, chiropractic, acupuncture, it's back pain.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Okay.
yeah, let's stick with that plan. And again, thank you. I know you're in pain, and it's